Welcome to our live stream for A1 Vacuum and Sewing on December 21st. Let's just see here, making sure that everything is running correctly here. Some announcements for the store, just to jump right into it. As you guys can see, I'm doing the live stream from home. As I mentioned last week, I was undergoing kind of a daily testing protocol, and unfortunately on Sunday, I tested positive for COVID. So, everybody's fine. I've had like a little sinus thing, but I'm okay. I actually made a number of phone calls Sunday as the day went on to anybody that I felt like was exposed to me, for significant time at all at the store. If you didn't hear from me, I didn't think you and I really had much contact, even if you saw me in the store. But that kind of wrapped with a conversation with the health department, conversation about the fact that, their idea that vaccinated people that are asymptomatic can continue to work might not be the best thing for us to do in our store. We're aware that our customers skew older, etc. So through that conversation, they reiterated that, and I basically said, well, that didn't work. So, that's what we did. We closed for a day. I tested negative twice within 36 hours, but then I tested positive, Sunday, 4 or 5 days later. And they basically said the gold standard for testing is actually at 5 days. So, Becky and folks, like, I had like a sinus thing. I was just telling Jeannie this morning, like, compared to yesterday, I feel like $1 million. So I think for me, it'll be relatively short-lived. How are you doing? Okay. Jeannie might not talk very much. So Jeannie's mid-recovery, but she's doing better as well. Although Jeannie's had the hardest time of us. So we will feel better, but to kind of keep you guys safe, the plan for the store is as following. Michelle would be 5 days post-exposure to me, and anybody who's been in the store over the last couple of days has kind of noticed I've stayed as far away from people as I can. In fact, I was telling folks, like, listen, like, there's COVID in my house, so I'm standing back here. So while I had somewhat minimum exposure to the folks in the store, what we don't want to do is have any exposure. So Alex's testing protocol ends on Wednesday. Michelle's would end tomorrow. As long as they test negative, and they've been testing at home and have been negative so far, but as long as they test negative day 5, the plan is to reopen the store officially on Thursday, because we do know that there's a decent amount of stuff in the store for the holiday, that we promised a number of sewing machines to you folks before the holiday. So Dax was not exposed to us. And so Dax is in the store working on machines today. Gwen was somebody that I called because you and I talked for a little while, but I was really trying to kind of keep my distance. But long story short, the Dax is at the store today working on machines. The plan is to have Dax and Alex at the store tomorrow working on machines so that the machines that I promised before the holiday will still get back to people before the holiday. Dax will be calling people today to let them know their machines are done. I kind of looked yesterday. We stopped in the store very briefly yesterday to like clean and sanitize registers and to check in and kind of make sure that directions were left on how to manage stuff for the guys that are working. And can I just say how lucky we are to have the people that we have? Like, we couldn't do it without Dax, Alex, Michelle, and Lori. And I mean, we're just so fortunate to have the team. Suzanne, who stepped up last week and worked with us last week, and then hopefully was not significantly exposed to me, or Jeannie. But, you know, we're so lucky to have the team that we have. And those guys are going to work hard to make sure that anything that's needed before the holiday gets to you guys. So officially, the store is closed today and tomorrow, although the guys would be working there. And I think, you know, if you were to say, if you have a machine there and the guys were to say, hey, your machine is done, and people asked if they would pick them up, that would be okay. What we don't want to do is overwhelm the guys with people showing up that would be capable of getting their stuff on Thursday. I know it's snowing on Thursday, or it's supposed to snow on Thursday. If that's a big concern, the guys are capable of managing that. They just grab stuff and kind of hand them to you through the door and take a credit card through the door. As far as Thursday last minute stuff like that, like I'm working today. I've got an appointment at 10:45 to get everything set up for our texting. I will be changing, where you guys would be able to text. You need to give us some time to reply, stuff like that. But if there's anything desperate, we'll do our best to accommodate. The other thing is, it'll be the thing that I do next after the live stream, but we'll be essentially changing the voice message on the machine at work, saying, you know, leave us a message. We will be paying attention to those messages over the next couple of days. So if there is something kind of desperate or crazy or things that need to happen,
or
like,
you can email too.
You can email Jeannie, you can email me.
I just started answering my emails again.
So, you know, we'll be kind of managing from a distance. So, you know, those will all be options. I will, once the text is set up completely, like I'm mid-process there and I've got this one appointment today, but once that text number is set up completely, there will be a sign on the door about how you can text us through the store message, or through the store phone number. And at least for the next 2 weeks, that'll be something that we reply to. The text that we're setting up on the store phone will not be for incoming messages once the new year begins, but I think it's something that'll help us manage this. Jeannie's out of quarantine Christmas Day. It'll be a great Christmas gift. She can reconvene with Kai, who's remained COVID negative, and like we're like, just don't leave your room, or if you do, just leave the house completely. So, yeah, we're doing everything we can just to stay healthy, and I'm sure we will get better. So, third, pick up Brigida's machine. Okay, no problem, Marilyn. They'll be open and ready, and I'll explain to the guys what they need to do there. Regarding online orders, we're really the only two that can manage online orders. So if there's stuff that's already there and ready to be picked up, you can pick that stuff up on Thursday. We'll do our best. Violet's been fine through the whole thing, Deb. She, like, if you ask Violet, she's like, I'm fine. She slept a lot the first couple of days, but I think for her, this has been just a
Vacation.
big inconvenience.
Yeah.
I think she's bummed that she, like, couldn't ski and all that stuff, but we're making the best of it. She is very, very good at, for a child her age. Not just that, but like I had a mother one time after a soccer tournament that didn't quite go the way that things could have gone for the girls. Yeah, I tested positive on Sunday, Debbie. I told Alex on Saturday that my nose was sore from testing every day and that I was sick of testing. And so I got my wish on Sunday and I didn't have to test anymore. It's, making lemonade, right? So, but I had a mother tell me about Violet, and this was years ago. She was like, she had a conversation with Violet. She left that conversation. She immediately came over to talk to me, and I took it as an immense compliment. But she was like, your daughter's incredibly mature in the way that she manages unpleasant things that happen outside of her control. She's like, she has a very mature outlook on, like, it's apparent that Violet just isn't going to be upset about something that's outside of her control. And literally, Violet last night, we were watching shows and kind of hanging out, and I said something to her about just being sad for her experience during break, and Violet just kind of looked at me and was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to be sad about this? Like, it is what it is, and that's that. And, I appreciate her maturity. So, regarding online orders, we will manage those.
I'll go in on the 26th.
We're going to figure out a way to manage those because
we'll fill what we can.
We'll fill what we can.
Michelle on Thursday.
With Michelle on Thursday.
And then I'll do with everything else.
And then starting on the 26th when Jeannie is better.
Or out of quarantine.
Yeah, poor Kai. Kai's had some really good skiing, of which I'm really jealous about. And quite frankly, what I've been telling folks is I would have gone skiing. I felt good enough to go skiing. Yesterday was the only day I didn't really feel great, and I just was run down, and now I feel fine. So, and I feel like what I was dealing with, the nasal thing, is almost over. So anything that we can deal with through Michelle, we will deal with, and then everything else will be dealt with next week. We haven't really announced any open days or anything like that next week because we just need to see how we feel. I'm not out of quarantine until, it would be the evening of the 27th, but the 28th will be my first day. But we just don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. We're just going to play it by ear and make sure that we can get stuff done. But we will be reaching out to folks. If there's stuff that you want sent or anything like that, we'll send it to you, etc. So we'll manage the best we can. And you can reach out to Jeannie because she'll be in and out of the store next week. I plan on the 28th to ski for the next 5 days. Not really the break we had planned for. But we need to make sure everybody's stuff is dealt with. So, do we have anything else to talk about today? Given what's going on, we're not going to have daily deals this week. I just think what we don't want to do is get too backlogged on daily deals, and we'll be here for the live stream every day. Let's talk a little bit about shipping. because I thought about this yesterday. As I said, Jeannie and I ran into the store, touched very, very little, and were there for a very short period of time, basically to try to set the store. The store's a disaster.
It's bad.
It's really bad. We were shorthanded all week last week. Saturday was super busy. It was me and Alex, which was fine, but the store's a mess because we haven't been able to go through stuff that was coming in because Jeannie was out. And just to talk about shipping, we walked in and I think there was a lot of stuff that Jeannie was kind of looking just to see, did the boxes arrive? And long story short, nothing was there. So with the weather last week, trucks couldn't get over the pass or they were shut down on the highways in various locations. And the weather was crazy everywhere. There were the tornadoes in the Midwest. There was the massive snowstorms here. We are about to go into another week of big snowstorms for the Sierra. And that totally screws up our, like I have stuff that was supposed to arrive yesterday for the holiday, like for Christmas stuff for us at home that didn't arrive, and the shipping exceptions were that there was a shipping backup even just for UPS and FedEx over the hill. So long story short, there's a lot of stuff that we're waiting for that is delayed and hasn't arrived. We'll see what comes in this week, but my expectation is that we'll see more shipping delays through this week, potentially into next. They're calling for snow for the Sierra through the 28th. So we'll see, but next year will be all about catching up on special orders, etc. So if you need something specific or need something before the holiday, you should email Jeannie because she will know if we have it or if it's coming. And we can track it. Although lately I've not been totally trusting our tracking because so much of what they've told us to expect has just not arrived. The dog is going crazy.
But if there's something important, then we can figure it out.
If it's something important, we'll figure it out. Anything else that we need?
If they need quotes on anything.
Oh, if there's anybody who's shopping last minute, needs quotes on anything, email Jeannie or call the store and leave a message. I will be paying. I get the voicemails here. So we'll, fully capable of giving you a quote or doing whatever's necessary and making sure that you guys get product for the holiday. There is some Christmas list stuff at the store. Is that stuff pretty much done and ready to go? Yeah? Kinda. So, if any of that stuff is needed right away, or if you feel like you can't wait, we'll manage it as best we can manage it. So, and we have we'll have as full of a house as you have without us on Thursday to deal with that. I expect that'll be a somewhat busy day, but we'll do what we can. Anything more than the giveaway? All right, let's do the giveaway. So as I mentioned on Friday, we'd give some stuff away. Let me get into, Karen, if you want to drop off your list today, you may certainly do so. Dax is there.
We're going to extend everything the week after Christmas, right?
Oh,
Did
meaning...
we talk about that the first week of January?
Yeah, we'll extend stuff through the first week of January. So, if there's stuff, that you're... Oh, thank you, Michelle. I love those buntinis, by the way. I'm, super excited to go get those next week. So thank you. But we'll extend that stuff through the first week of January, just given the challenges that we've had the last couple of weeks. Yeah, Christmas list. So if there's stuff that you can't pick up, like, don't stress about date. We'll honor those prices through the first week of January. Okay, perfect. As long as it can wait. So if you're down in that neighborhood and you want to drop the list to Dax, go ahead. Karen, he's in the back. But as I was saying, we kind of want to. I don't want Dax to be overwhelmed. Like, we were having a conversation about notes we could put on the door about Dax being in the back, but my concern was that every single person that came in, many of them I'm sure will talk to him anyways, but what we really want to do is try to get the machines that we promised to people back before the holiday, to them before the holiday, and just given what's in the store, I feel like we can really do that. If there's something that you want to drop off, service wise, you probably could do that too. It just won't come back to you until after the new year. So what are we giving? Oh, you're not talking. So there are 2 items for the giveaway. There was no question. So which one will we give away first? So we have 2 things that we're going to give away. One is the Sasher Collection. Basically, it helps you make stunning sashes for quilt as you go quilt. Makes very fine bias strips for applique and Celtic designs, and make all your binding strips for around the edge of your quilts. No more burnt fingers. I know I can't stand when I burn my fingers when I'm sashing. So this is amazing. So that is the first thing that we're giving away, and then
Let's just do that first.
well, let's show the second thing too, and then so this will be our first giveaway, and then our second giveaway is Jeannie's favorite scissors.
Well, my favorite shears.
Her favorite shears. So these are the Femore Cutlery Comfort Grip Pro Cut 8-inch fabric shear. Really comfortable handle. Surgically, like, they are surgically sharp. Micro serrated.
That's the best.
They're the best. So anyways, these are going to be our 2 giveaways for last week.
Yeah.
You will not be
Online
able
for purchase. Which one?
I think they're both online for purchase, Michelle.
I don't know.
Are the Sashers on there? You just go there. Yeah.
No.
So we'll put them both online for purchase as well. Oh, she's talking about the Sasher.
No, I don't think
So we'll put them both online, and they'll be available for purchase, and we'll give them a discount online too. So let me go to our comment picker here. Yeah, I was telling somebody yesterday that I was like, I don't want to say I was waiting for this to happen, but, like, you know, at the start of this whole thing, I felt like inevitably at some point we would deal with a COVID outbreak in the store.
Kind of good timing because it's Christmas.
How's it good? Gina goes, it's kind of good timing. I mean, I guess it's, I mean, when,
We're off.
you know, 100 million people have dealt with this. In the U.S. And I think, you know, you guys picked up on what I was laying down on Friday. Like, in the grand scheme of things, what we're dealing with is really very minor, and it's a huge inconvenience. And like 2 months from now, it'll have been a bump in the road. And I just can't help but think about and feel for people that, we're dealing with this on a much more challenging scale. So, my thoughts go out to anybody who's lost somebody. My thoughts go out to anybody who dealt with this and had a rougher time with it.
Wasn't vaccinated.
My thoughts go out to people like I mean, these were 3 breakthrough infections, and I mean, we've lost customers to this thing. I mean, it's just crazy. So what we're dealing with is so minor. I just, my thoughts go out to the folks who had a much more difficult time than we had. So
we'll put these on as deal of the day.
Jeannie can't stop. She's like, I'm gonna put these up as deal of the day. No, we're not gonna put them on as deal of the day.
No, they're deal of
We're
the
just
day.
gonna put them on as discounted product, because we're not doing deal of the day this week because we don't want to end up further behind than we already are. Right, Jeannie?
The deal
Right.
Today's deal of the day.
So, the winner of the Sashers is Carolyn Farlow.
Yay.
So Carolyn Farlow said, "Great girl time," which was, I think, my comment about Jeannie having the ability to decorate the tree with violet this year. So great girl time. And then the winner of the shears is it picked the exact same comment. So we're picking somebody else. Sorry, Carolyn.
How does that happen?
Well, it's random every time. Bonnie Matson. Thanks for the help yesterday for my husband when he was in and shopping for my Christmas list. But something tells me you shouldn't have known that, Bonnie. So Bonnie Matson wins the Famore Comfort Grip Shears. Carolyn Farlow wins the Sashers. I owe Carolyn a call about her Pro Stitcher Lite. And congratulations to our winners. Stay posted. We'll do the live streams through Thursday. Oh, so hours for the week. One of the things I did not talk about was normally we are open Christmas Eve for 2 hours, and that is something that Jeannie and or I or both do. And given that neither of us can safely be in the store, and I would never ask my employees to work on Christmas Eve, we are closed on Christmas Eve. So just keep in mind, really the first official day we're open, because I'll have everybody in the shop and kind of ready to go, is Thursday the 23rd. We'll be open from 10 to 4. Dax is there today. Alex and Dax are there tomorrow. Potentially, depending upon how today goes, we might have Michelle there too. But what we really want to focus on is getting everything to people that we've promised for Christmas to people for Christmas. So we appreciate, you guys have been great last week. Call volume was like a third of what it normally is. And I know that's because you guys knew what we were going through. So I hear you, Diane, but we're just so blessed to have you guys as our customers, and we love you guys, and we so appreciate your support. So we will see you guys tomorrow, and nothing else to add. have a great day. Make something awesome. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.